are you? How are you today? I'm glad that y'all could join us at this hour. This is not a typical hour that we go live, but we have some fantastic good families here to share their story. If you would, as usual, can you comment if you're watching, letting me know if the audio is good and that you can hear us okay? But what we're going to be talking about today is a great good stuff event that's coming up this Saturday, actually at Wade Oval. It's the Cleveland Congenital Heart Walk. And there will be heart warriors from Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital walking in it. So what we're doing today and what the Good Stuff family always does, it's never just the event, it's the people behind the events and the stories within the stories of these people collectively rising up in the way of research, in the way of together we can, together we will, in the way of treatment, and in the way of creating more happy ending stories. So that's quintessential, the good stuff. So I'm glad that y'all are joining us, and I'm going to introduce Dr. Sarah Plummer right now. You are the common denominator between Mindy Lee, between the Stoltz mother-daughter team there, Cheyenne and her mama Kendra. What if you're, yeah, it could be Kendrick. Well, that could be, wouldn't that be something? Anyway, okay. So Kendra Stoltz and Cheyenne Stoltz are warriors that will be walking as well. But I want to start by introducing Dr. Sarah Plummer. This is something that you're so passionate about. And if I could begin to share some of your titles, people will know why. We could only put under her name. This is what the official name since we put under here. This is what we're going to, okay, there she is. Congenital Heart Collaborative Team at Rainbow. That was the most succinct way we put it. She is technically Division of Pediatric Cardiology, UH Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital, the Congenital Heart Collaborative, Director of Quality, Co-Director of Single Ventricle Program. I could go on and on. The point is, this is a fantastic good stuff doctor who is an overachiever and cares. I can even tell in the short time I've known her that she cares so much about the patient. So with that introduction, if you would, Dr. Plummer, give us a little window into what's happening this weekend, and then we'll introduce the people who will benefit directly from it, like Cheyenne and Jordyn.
Yes, thank you so much, Dawn. We really appreciate this opportunity to talk about our patients and our families, and like you said, the heart warriors that they truly are. This weekend, we're having our Congenital Heart Walk. It is sponsored by the Congenital Heart Foundation, and they have actually 29 walks across the country every year to help raise money for congenital heart disease research. And I don't think most people realize how prevalent congenital heart disease is. It actually affects 1 in 100 live births. So 1 in 100 children is born with structural heart disease that we have to deal with. And about a quarter of those have what we call critical heart disease that requires surgery or intervention in the first year of life. So that's my patient population. Those are the ones that we take care of. Cheyenne is one of them. And actually, Mindy's daughter, Jordyn, is another one. And as pediatric cardiologists, we're very passionate about this patient population, supporting the families through the journey that they have to go through, often requiring surgeries, sometimes multiple surgeries, interventions, sometimes multiple interventions. And so 40,000 babies are born in the United States every year with heart disease, and that's what we're here to support those families and to really raise money to help further research so that we can take better and better care of them over time.
Exactly. And I didn't realize how prevalent it was. And in fact, I have a friend, Catherine Bosley, was on the news for years here in Cleveland. And she found it, she's a marathon runner, found out later in life that she had this since birth. And is a perfect example, though, of how resilient a lot of times they are, and that she had the surgery. So when you can find it in these kids early on, that was the case with Cheyenne, right, Mama Kendra? That was her story, and how you came to know Dr. Plummer?
We met Dr. Plummer, well, we met her 3 years ago when Cheyenne had her surgery. But we've known about her condition since birth. About 2 months after she was born, we found out.
And what was that? What was the condition? And give me a window into being a mom and getting that diagnosis.
So when she was born, they thought it was just a typical newborn heart murmur. And then her pediatrician noticed that it just wasn't going away. It sounded really funny. So we got sent to a cardiologist. We were at the time in Virginia, and they told us that it was a VSD, so ventricular septal defect. And we finally came up here in 2014, met another cardiologist, and she was closely monitored. But then we found out that her PFO that they're born with was never closed. And then she's got another rare defect, QAV, which is the quadricuspid aortic valve. She has a hard time saying that one.
And Cheyenne, I was going to say, before we even get to that big word, I was going to ask you that these are a lot of big diagnoses with lots of letters and lots of fear, I'm sure. But are you 11 right now? Is that right? Can you give me a window into what those big words, those diagnoses have meant for you personally? What has been your journey? And that is truly the right word. It's a journey day by day.
I don't know where to start.
Where to start? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
You've been living with it your whole life.
Yeah. She kind of didn't know a whole lot about it until right before her surgery. We didn't want to scare her, the typical, parenting ordeal. But when we got told that she was going to have surgery, we sat her down and we talked to her and explained that, her heart just wasn't functioning like it should. So they needed to go in and they needed to fix it for her. So she started educating herself a little bit more after that. And it's definitely been a journey for sure.
Right.
She's
and
starting
11 years
to tell
old.
other people about it.
What's that?
She's starting to tell some other people about it. Evidently, she told some of her teachers at school.
Right. Well, and that's what this walk is about. Like, together we can, together we will. That's what we say for the Good Stuff family. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to see it physically on Saturday, but it's a kind of a family which you all have become, would you say, sort of in your own right, a family of warriors, extended family?
You dummy!
Sorry.
How many kids do you have?
I have 4.
So that even verifies your superhero status in my eyes. I love it.
2 of them are fighting, 1 sleeping. So,
But you know what? Here's what occurs to me right now. That's like music to any parent's ears when it's not guaranteed, right? When you get a diagnosis like this, absolutely. So Cheyenne, is there anything you want to say? You can just jump in if you think of something you want to say, but maybe just a sentence or two of what it's like being 11 years old and having this surgery that allows you to do so much more. What is that like?
It's okay, but when I first found out that I was gonna have to have surgery, I was like really scared.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I have such big love and admiration for you because that's what you do. You just warrior on. You're 11 years old. You didn't ask for it. You couldn't have scripted it. And that's how you inspire. Hopefully, all the people will be watching this Good Stuff family people, whether or not you know someone or have a heart defect. The point is that you all inspire beyond your diagnosis, I think, in your example. And so to that end, I'm going to bring in Mindy Lee, my friend Mindy Lee. In fact, if it wasn't for Mindy, I don't know any of you because she recommended that we talk to Dr. Plummer because, Mindy, you know firsthand how much good stuff she's doing specifically for your daughter, Jordyn, who will be 16 coming up in November.
I didn't realize the numbers, Dr. Plummer. I'm sure, so hearing those numbers, I'm sure, as people like watch the replay or people are watching that, hearing it with their friends, there's quite a lot of people there. Now that I know the numbers, that there's probably at least like somebody knows somebody that has either a heart condition, like a child with a heart condition, or was born with a heart condition with is it tetra? I know a couple of families with tetraphthalate. Is that what it's called?
Tetralogy flow. That's actually one of the most common types of we call cyanotic heart disease. Yeah.
Jordyn doesn't have that, but Jordyn has which is also another common mitral valve. We call it MVP. MVP. It's mitral valve collapse with regurgitation is what. And thanks to even like through with COVID, she's brought our mind at ease. We go for not only Jordyn is on heart medication. She was on a heart medication, and Dr. Jordyn getting like a certain chronic cough, which she already has issues already, like underlying issues with a rare genetic disorder. She's got rhizomelic dysplasia. She's got a gastric stimulator. But so having Dr. Plummer on my side and my key doctors at Rainbow, that really puts my mind at ease because your heart is a major deal. I mean, your heart, you need your heart to live. So with Dr. Plummer, comfort, Jordyn's on a heart medication. Dr. Plummer had switched her heart medication because it was causing her to have even more of a chronic cough, as I started to say. And now she's on a better medication that Dr. Plummer recognized that for us. Dr. Plummer follows her. We see Dr. Plummer at least 6 months to like once a year, and she gets the EKG done in the office, and it really puts our mind at ease. And it's always scary to get the results, but it's great when you get even the better results. This last time, when we went, she said it was better than it was the last time. And nothing's gotten worse, so that's always music to prayers being answered up above and music to a mom's ears. So when you're dealing with all the other issues, to be able to get good news, with your daughter's heart, that's major. And Dr. Plummer is just, I can't say enough about Dr. Plummer. I love Dr. Plummer. And when she reached out and sent me an email, telling me about the walk, I really wish I could be two places in once, this year. I really do.
Mindy, I'm putting in the order right now for the bumper stickers. I hired Dr. Plummer. We'll give them out. But do you want, Mindy, while I run down some more of the details, do you want to take the camera in and show us Jordyn and Miracle Jordyn?
The situation is with Jordyn, make sure nobody's getting changed.
Yeah, just make sure. So that event that we're talking about on Saturday, Rainbow Warriors, Heart Warriors, have already surpassed their goal of $10,000 and counting. Because what this whole walk is about, raising money for that congenital heart disease, right, for research. So let's see if we can see Jordyn, who will be 16, you all. Hi, Jordyn.
She's about to get her best treatment.
Yeah, tell us about that, Mama. That this is an ordinary day, all day. What these kids are up against, warriors.
So this is my mama right here. That's so funny.
Hi, Mama.
I just noticed my mom's wearing a black shirt. This was not planned, and I have a blue black shirt on.
Aww.
That's how we feel. We feel blessed. And here's Jake. Jake. Fortunately, we're not dealing with the heart issues with Jake. We deal with other issues with. He's got rhizomelic dysplasia punctata, and they both have seizures every day. But I'm sure Dr. Plummer understands that I'm happy that we only have one child seeing you and not two. So, but they're getting this is the best. This is the Hillrom machine that they get 3 times a day, sometimes 4. They're going to get that treatment done, and they're going to get a nebulizer. But as I was saying, it's such a weight off my shoulders that Jordyn's on a heart medication and she's being followed, and Dr. Plummer is always, when I reach out to Dr. Plummer, she either calls me right away or she responds by email. I mean, she's hands-on. I can't say enough about Dr. Plummer. We love Dr. Plummer in my house.
Even I, who just met her, I can confirm that. She emails and responds back quicker than anyone. Really.
Yeah.
She was the first one on the StreamYard. Again, I'm going to say it again if you're just joining us. This is the kind of doctor that the world needs more of, because it's really about not only is she brilliant in treating the physical heart, she understands the heart and soul of these patients.
She cares.
And families.
She cares. She is so genuine and she cares.
There it is. Well, I'm going to be there Saturday walking with y'all, and I'm going to just go ahead and consider myself part of the family and honored to be, because you're doing what the Good Stuff stories do: uplift, encourage, and inspire. And you're walking the walk, not just talking the talk. So I want to thank you so much, all of you. Is there anything else any of you want to add at all?
You want to say something?
I just want to say Cheyenne is underrepresenting her bravery. She really, I mean, she was, I know she probably was scared when she was told that she had to have surgery, but she was such a trooper. She recovered from her surgery almost faster than any patient her age that I've seen. She was home within 4 days after her surgery. She was a rock star. And so she's really an inspiration to me and to my other patients. I know when I tell people stories and, you know, I say, you know, I had a patient with the same thing that she was home in 4 days. That's how we inspire our other patients to do so well. So shout out to Kendra and Cheyenne. They're really amazing.
I just popped your name back up at the bottom because I was so in tune with what you were saying. But there it is. If you're just joining us, this is the doctor from Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital who is working such great, giving families and patients their lives back, right? And it can never be enough, like enough research because listen, isn't one of the statistics is that it is the #1 cause of birth defect deaths. Is that right?
It is. That's correct. Yeah, it's the most common type of birth defect. So we see it all the time. We deal with it quite a bit.
Again, nothing taken for granted with these families. So I would just submit, if you're watching this, that we do the same. If you don't have a heart defect, then let's get on with it already. Let's take nothing for granted. Maybe you come out and join us even on Saturday and walk, you know, and get hooked into all of this. Cheyenne, do you want to say anything else? I love that you're so modest. A warrior who's modest. It's very rare.
She just got out of school. She's a little tired.
Again,
she's also an artiste. She draws me every time she comes in. She draws me pictures. So can I show off your most recent artwork, Cheyenne? I keep it here on my bulletin board. So
yeah, you just saw her a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I saw her last week for her annual checkup, and this is the picture that she drew. I believe it's of me. Am I right, Cheyenne? Yes, no, maybe. Yes. Okay, good. So she whenever I walk in the room, she's always sketching something wonderful. So she's a very talented child.
And
She's usually more talkative too.
I know. We knocked it right out of you, I think. I don't know. We made you shy. On Saturday, I bet you'll be nice and loud. So
Yes, you will.
We'll be going live on the Good Stuff page from there as well. I'm sure that picture is better than any award or certificate of education that you have hanging on your wall. Because
you can see my board of patient artwork over here. So I keep it always visible. So
yeah, that's it. That's the whole purpose. That's the whole goal, is to create success stories like this. So again, I want to thank you so much. I will pop up one more time if you want to join us on Saturday. Here it is. It's going to be 10 o'clock. It maybe get down a little earlier there, and it's in Wade, and it's the Cleveland Congenital Heart Walk. We'll be walking as Rainbow Heart Warriors, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Bring it. And what else do we say, Mindy? We say, see the good, be the good.
Be the good.
That's exactly what's happening here. So 1,000 thank yous. I can't wait to meet y'all in person. And God bless. Don't try to stop y'all now.
Thank you, Dawn.
Yeah. God bless.
Thanks, Mindy.
Bye.
Thanks, Kendra and Cheyenne.
Bye.
Bye, guys.